because of some of the questions that came earlier on, Eugenia had to come in and answer, but we'll hand over to her at this point to share some closing remarks, as well as just share, general happenings right now. So Eugenia.
Okay, thank you very much, Kathy. And thank you again, Prof, for a great presentation. The insights have been great. We all know that as a country, we are in a serious crisis, for lack of a better word. And we know we all need to find a solution. The question of how we got here is another question. Dennis, I realize you didn't touch on it, but I think that would be probably discussion for another forum. Whatever the case is, we are where we are and we need to move forward. So Dennis approached it from two angles and outlined the various things that government can do to resolve this issue. And I think key amongst this is government spending. One solution that I think we'd all love to hear is that government is cutting down its spending. You saw the numbers Dennis shared. If we are to cut down our expenditure, it will reduce our deficit, and we may not have to be where we are today, where individuals or investors will have to dip into their pockets or have money taken out of their pockets at this point. But as it is, we are where we are. Government is choosing the third option outlined by Dennis, which is that it wants to restructure its debt. As an investor, what are your options? We've just laid before you the implications for your investments and how much of your investments are affected. We all heard about haircuts and we're promised no haircuts, but from the analysis we've seen today, probably a haircut on principal would have been a better option than what we have today. So you stand to lose a significant portion of your investments. As Dennis mentioned, in other countries it's happened. What people have lost have not been as huge as what has been outlined in the current debt exchange program. I'm saying current because, as Dennis mentioned, there are negotiations going on with various groups. The bankers have issued a statement, a joint press release with the ministry, saying they have agreed on some terms, which now gives a 5% interest rate to for 2023. There are various negotiations going on. For example, and I think that's the reason why Dennis hasn't incorporated this into his model yet. Government says it has reached this agreement with the bankers. What does that mean? Is it just for banks' holdings? So what happens to everybody else? We need to see a new memorandum that is clearly outlining these terms. Then it makes it easier for us to incorporate it into negotiations. Government is meeting various groups. The Ghana Securities Industry Association is one. I know they are meeting the pension groups, and as Dennis said, they are meeting the individual bondholders. Once they come out with new terms, we would factor that into our negotiations. But now our analysis are based on what is currently available and communicated via the memorandum that government has issued and their amended memorandum. So you've seen the effect on your investments, and it's now time for you to make a decision. It's up to you. We've seen what the present value of your investment is. So I would advise that you have discussions with your investment advisors, look at your portfolio as a whole, how it impacts you as an individual, and take that decision. What are the alternatives? Government is aware that it has a legal contract with you. Once you bought these securities under the old terms of the old bonds, government is obliged to pay you because you have a contract. And that is why government sought advice from the Attorney General, and the Attorney General's advice was clear that it cannot be mandatory. So government is saying it's voluntary. So the power is in your hands. It is your decision to make. As I said, what the implications will be if you do not participate is not very clear. It's vague. Government says it will prioritize other payments over your payment, which means it can choose to default. It may not. We don't know what will happen in future. So you can have discussions with the investment advisors to understand better the implications for you, because you may hold particular securities, and then take a decision. As Dennis outlined, there are advocacy groups that are advocating for individuals and collective investment schemes. We believe strongly that individuals and collective investment schemes, if government has to go ahead with this program, should be exempted. But it's your choice to decide whether you want to join this fight, which could lead to good for everybody, especially for individual investors, or could lead to a long drawn-out battle where there could be default and there could be court actions. But it's up to you to wait and take the decisions. So we hope we've been able to shed some light on the implications for you investors. And I know it's difficult, but it's giving you more information, more ammunition to be able to take a decision by Monday, when the deadline, the expiration date of the program. So thank you, everybody. I hand over back to Harold. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So in the interest of time, we appreciate everyone that took the time out to join this call. Again, we'll share these, the whole presentation on our social media handles as well as our website, make it available for everyone to be able to access at any time, those that joined in late or didn't hear clearly. So once more, we thank you so much. Again, this is just an investor dialogue open to the general public, and one in the first of many that will come up towards the end of the year. So thank you so much for making the time to be with us. Have a good one, everybody, and thank you so much.